Right, this video to show those who have purchased the Easimake Easiplay slide guitar kit. So I'll show you how to turn the box of components that you've got and the piece of wood into one of these, and it's quite simple. So you have the box there, which has been pre-cut to accommodate the neck. You take all the components out of the box. We just put the neck in correct end. There'll be a mark in, which you might not be able to see. There's a mark showing the centre of the box, which should line up with the centre of the neck. There's a mark there, and there's a hole, and simply, when you're happy that it's centred, there's also a guide mark underneath. This screws into that there, and the neck will be in the correct position. Now, I can close the neck, and I used to do these where it's basically glued together, but I found using screws you can open the lid again and make any changes or modifications or upgrades that you want. So anyway, so it screws together, and with at the four corners. And the next thing to do is you have these sound hole reinforcements. Now on the example one, I've only put one in, but then I found that's enough. But by giving you two, you can put one either side. Down here, making sure they don't make any contact with any of the wood. You can use some power drill with one of these heavy, thick drill bits on, but I try to avoid that because these block boxes they're quite robust, but they can splinter if they treated a little bit too roughly. So it's quite easy, if you've got a bit of patience, to cut with a Stanley knife enough of a hole for that to slot into, and you can put one in or two in either side, whatever you want. Now what we call the tail piece, there'll be a mark on the end which shows you the centre, where the middle screw hole goes. So if you position that so that it's where the middle, so you can screw the screw into the middle hole in the centre, and obviously the other two screws will be in the correct position as well. And that's what holds the strings at that end. Now, when it comes to actually putting the strings on, starting with the thickest string, thread it through there with the ball being retained there. Don't worry about this piece, or that piece for the moment, because they're actually held in place by the strings. When you take the string up there, thread it through the hole. There'll be very light pencil marks on there to show you where the line of the string goes, so that you know where the string should emerge from the winder, which side. So if you put it through there, pull it through 7 or 8 inches, there'll still be plenty of slack. You've got to have a fair bit of slack, because otherwise it will be too tight and it'll break. So once you wind it round there, you put the end of the string underneath, actually, before you start winding, and then pull it up so that you've got a little bit of, not quite a knot, but it'll retain, it sort of locks it in place, and turn so that it tightens, not up to full tightness, but just enough so that it stays straight across there. And repeat the same with these two, making sure that the string emerges from the machine head at the correct place, and so that they're just tight enough to stay in place. And then you put in the bridge, which it's important, there'll be a little mark there to show you where it must go. It's very important it goes in the correct place. You can then insert under there what's called the nut, and you can jiggle the strings slightly so that they are in line and properly spaced. And as far as it being an acoustic instrument, you're there basically. It's as simple as that. Now it also comes with the facility to plug it in to an amplifier. So to do that, we'll just take it back a couple of steps. What you have in the kit is one of these, a piezo transducer. So you've got your box there. The neck will be fixed in there. What will happen is this will glue in position about there on the neck, and that can be left there. What we have to do is a little bit of craftsmanship here, because you get a output jack which comes in a little packet like this. Why am I looking for it on there? You need to drill a hole that's actually a fair size. Again, power tools, you just have to go gently, but you do have to drill a hole there. Using one of these drill bits that I don't know what it's called, wide bit at the end. Need to be a little bit wider than that, I think. And then the jack plug, the jack socket, will go through with your lid open. Will go through from the inside. You'll be able to tighten that up so it plugs through. Screw in the screws there, and on our actual one, this is what it looks like before you've done anything with it. Brand new, yes. So you'll drill your hole, and that piece, because these come apart, you can use a long nose pliers to take that apart. The plate is on the outside, and that will sit there with the plate on the outside, and you will have the, can you see that? The places where the cables from the pickup attached to. Now, if we pretend for a moment that that's not attached to the box, it's easy to do if it is. Tiny bit of soldering here. You've got your red wire, which is your hot wire, and your black, which is your earth. Now, on the jack socket, there's two lugs. One lug, just, let's see if we can see that one there, is opposite this bit, which sort of grips the guitar plug. That is what's known as your hot one, your hot connection. The other one is attached to the metal disc triangle thing on there. That one is your earth. So the red one goes to the first one that we said. Red one goes there, black one goes there, and that's where a tiny bit of soldering. That's all the skills you need, and it's a simple piece of soldering, just to insert the wires in there, a little wrap to secure them before they're even soldered, a little dab of solder on each, and we assume that's screwed in, and when it's tightened up again, and then you'll have, well, that's a different colour, and you can then plug it into an amplifier there. You'll find that one of the slight drawbacks with this piezo transducers is they are very sensitive, so it becomes a bit drum-like. So you have to develop a technique of playing without making too much unnecessary contact, because it picks up everything, but it amplifies it nicely, as you may have seen on the advertising video. So I don't think I've forgotten tuning. You can tune to what you want, but this is tuned to what we call open G. This one's tuned to G, this one's tuned to D, and this one is G but an octave above. The tuner that you get with it is self-explanatory. It looks for the note, and it will tell you whether you're in tune. But there'll be a note in the instructions about tuning, playing, and so on. So anyway, have fun. The idea is, after opening Christmas morning, a couple of hours later, you should be making sweet music, playing the blues, whatever. But get in touch if there's anything you need to know.